What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another game and episode in the Cleveland State Lacrosse Vikings Dynasty. This week we're going to be taking on the Minutemen out of Umass, and we're about at the halfway point of this season. We've played 9 games so far. We've got 6 regular season games left, and then the conference tournament, as well as if we qualify the NCAA tournament. So this seemed like a good spot just to kind of show the standings real quick and kind of see where we're at. So we actually didn't move up at all, unfortunately, last week after beating Princeton, though they did drop quite a ways. As you see, they're down at 11 now. They were at 2. But we maintained at 14. As you can see, there are still a good amount of teams in front of us. So there's a lot of... There doesn't seem to be a ton of parity this year. There's a lot of teams that have done really well, and a lot of teams that haven't done that well, and there's not that much in the middle. So we're just going to keep playing hard, keep trying to get wins. And actually, looking at our schedule, we have games left against the number 1 team right now, which is Maryland. We're playing Navy as well, the current number 2 team. This week we're playing the Minutemen, who are actually ranked number 7, as they're undefeated coming to this game. We have our rematch with the Air Force still, so they're ranked number 8. And I believe we are playing the Scarlet Knights, who are also a top 25 team. So I believe the only team we have left on our schedule that isn't ranked in the top 25 currently is going to be Marquette, who's down at 38. So I mean, this schedule is brutal, but it's going to be really good for us in terms of trying to move up as we face some of these teams in front of us we're trying to climb over. Yeah, we will get this game started. It's going to be a night game out at Richard F. Garber Field in Massachusetts. So we'll buy one of the bonuses. I always like to see all of them wear their home reds for this game. Yeah, man, I've been having so much fun making these videos. You know, I was looking at my analytics page for YouTube, and I've gotten views from all over the world. It's crazy. Algeria, Australia, India. You know, obviously most of my views come from the United States, but there's people all over the world watching these, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool thing, as well as having some of the former Cleveland State guys I know are watching this lacrosse series. So thank you everybody who's watching for your support. It really means a lot, and we'll keep trying to give you guys some good content in these videos.
I'm Eamon McEnany. Hello and welcome. Looks like the stands are filling up here at Richmond Park. Couldn't ask for better weather than this.
Our schedule is just so tough. There's no time to celebrate about big wins, because the top ranked teams just keep coming on our schedule. So it's good though. It makes every game interesting, or makes the players get up for it. So I love it.
Ready to go. Let's go down to the X.
As we got number 7 UMass and number 14 Cleveland State getting it going here.
Wins the face-off and they get
Sandor comes away with it.
Pass goes wide.
Oh, and the pass just goes wide. Not a good start for the Vikings.
$35. 35. Gets in and
you know, I haven't really looked at our conference standings. I put Cleveland State in the Metro Atlantic Conference.
40.
But I would imagine that our schedule will almost get a little easier once we get to the conference tournament, just because I don't know who else in our league is really ranked that high. Maybe I'll have to take a look at the league standings. I need to put on All-American difficulty. We'll take a look at the league standings.
Oh, close call there. Patriots ball.
After the game and just see kind of what's going on in our conference.
14.
I believe it's a 4-team conference playoff.
35.
So that would get us the if we win that conference tournament. Oh, a nice save by Anthony Estamura there on the defensive end. If we were able to win our conference tournament, I do believe we get an automatic qualifier bid to the NCAA tournament.
Has the ball. Oh, quick thinking.
That's a nice save by the UMass goalie there. I mean, you can see, despite some of the big wins we've gotten and how well we've done this season, we're still somewhat on the border for making the tournament. So we definitely still have work left to do. We will go back to our 1-4-1 set.
Leathers.
And D. Leathers gets it started with a rocket shot. As the middle just kind of opened up, finding the corner of the net. It's a good start for the Vikings. Sandor had the advantage there, but unfortunately goes right to UMass midi. And Ben Spencer will set it up for UMass. UMass lets it fly, and Koopman's there for the save. Kicking it up to Anthony Estamura. He'll use his speed to find some space. Gets it to the long stick McElliott. He'll dump it down to Baron McIlvain. He'll set it up.
23.
Here's Yormick. Back to McIlvain.
With the shot, he shoots.
Oh, excellent passing there from the Vikings. They got 3 players to throw passes in quick succession, and Yormick just nets it. As he keeps his roll going for the last game. For those of you who didn't see the last video, he came away with 8 goals. So just a great performance from him. And Cleveland State now has the 2-0 lead.
Nice win on the face-off.
Brandon Price comes away with it. Dump off to Yormick. Oh, tried another shot. At that time it goes off the defender. And UMass brings it back down.
Spencer. And straight to the keeper.
And a nice save by Koopman.
Koopman keeping goal today, doing a reasonable job too.
Here's Dwayne Piggott. Gets it to D. Leathers. Oh, I was trying to shoot it there, but I dodged instead.
Goes wide.
And our shot goes wide. We are able to maintain the possession.
Rips it in.
Oh, tried a dive shot that time. And we send it wide yet again. Here's Brandon Price.
Braswell. Kenny Berry flies over the top.
Oh, and that time we unfortunately had the shot stick still held down, so Yormick tosses the ball into the back of the net.
35. Straight to the keeper.
But luckily Cleveland State comes away with no harm done. We throw a wild pass, but luckily it goes straight to Yormick. We'll charge at the net. And he buries it. That was really just a fortunate turn of events for us, as the wild pass just happened to go to Cleveland State player down on the other end. And Yormick's got 2 goals already in the first quarter.
It can be make it, take it lacrosse.
That time Sandor comes away with it cleanly.
Wins the faceoff.
So UMass throws a double team at him. And McIlvain's closely guarded on the left side. Knows it back up to top to Brandon Alvarez. Back to McIlvain. A swing down the middle. Looking around for the open man. Here's Estamura coming in from the right side.
He shoots.
Finds Leathers, who hits the post.
Chance for them now. Looks to shoot. Puts it wide.
Ball goes wide. McIlvain picks it up, but can't stop his momentum, carrying him out of bounds. So back the ball will go to the Minutemen. Definitely one of my favorite team nicknames, the Minutemen, named after the soldiers in the American Revolutionary War.
Dodges, keeps going, goes for the shot, puts it
Deal others dodges and sends the shot wide. With about 25 ticks left here before the quarter break.
Shoots too high though.
Found some good space that time and again goes out of bounds. Cleveland State will try and get a goal just before the quarter here.
Shoots, hits the bar.
Oh, hits the bar and comes straight back to Price. 6 seconds left.
Has a look.
Passes it over the middle to Cade Ferris and converts on the opportunity with just 2 seconds left. That just worked out perfectly for the Vikings. Good sequence there.
Huge face off.
And it looks like Cleveland State's going to go into the first quarter break with a 4-0 lead.
4 cinches it, and the away team. So as we head to the break at Richmond Park, the away team have it. It's 4-0 here at Richmond Park.
Pretty nice start for the Vikings in this one.
Back to the face-off X for another scrap.
As we'll try and keep our momentum going in the second quarter. Adam Sandor wins the face-off again. Dumps to Scott Ratliff.
4.
Back to Sandor in the middle. Takes a couple shots. He'll get away from the pressure. Gets behind the net to Estamura. Throws a close pass and not able to come away with it. But then Cleveland State sets a huge check and wins the ball back as Norman Butler brings it down. He's just looking for someone to get it off to and gets it to Deal Others. Very closely guarded.
Atkerson shoots.
Cleveland State tried to work to the open man Yormick, but there's too much traffic in front of the net, and the goalie stops the shot.
Rink. 35. Shoots. Koopman.
Another deep shot from the Minutemen, and Cleveland State stops that one.
Shoots.
That time Stephen Riley just drives it straight at the defense, challenging UMass to stop him, and blows by the defender. Really great individual performance there.
We are ready to resume play. It's 5-0 for the away team. 4 wins it for the away team.
Here's Estamura.
Takes the shot.
He drives down the middle and he gets it. Cleveland State seems to have found a winning formula here, just taking it straight at this UMass defense. We'll see if they do anything to counter.
Play resumes. We're underway again here at Richmond Park.
Sandor wins it yet again.
4 wins it for the away team. Braswell looks to bury. Ball is turned over.
Cleveland State gets another good look. Not able to finish that one.
35.
As our defenses run all over the place, trying not to give up an easy look.
40, showing the defender his footwork.
Was able to bump the ball out of his stick there, but couldn't come away with it.
Dixon gets off the shot, takes it to the right.
Well, and finally UMass gets on the board. 2:48 left in the second quarter. There was just too many opportunities for them that time. Eventually they were going to net one. So it's a 6-1 lead now for Cleveland State after that Massachusetts goal. As Matt Neufeld comes away with it. Al throws the pass off the back of the UMass player. And Leonard McElliott comes away with it. He's harassed, so he runs behind the net trying to find somebody to clear it to. Here's up to Brandon Alvarez.
Newfield.
And here's, I call him New Felt, but they just said New Field, so however you pronounce it, we get it up to 42. Here's Yormick, harassed behind the net. Dump off to Jackson Braswell, takes a shot in the back.
6.
Here's Cade Ferris.
Brings the heat.
Finally, Cleveland State gets it to the open man. Seemed like their defenders were all over all our players. It wasn't until we got it to Price right there that somebody actually had a little bit of space to do something.
The players at the X are ready. Here we go again. It's 7-1.
Cleveland State just continues this
4.
positive run that they've been on for the past few games. Kind of from the end of the Cornell game,
23.
as Yormick throws a couple nice dodges, and the ball just goes off the post. As I was saying earlier, from the end of the Cornell game all the way through the Princeton game and the beginning of this one, we've looked really good on offense. So we're just trying to keep that momentum going. If we're going to have to, just based on the schedule that we're playing. The only team that I don't really see us having much trouble with is Marquette, but you just never know. I said the same thing about like Mercer, for instance, and they ended up giving us a really competitive game.
Brink shoots. Saved by the goal. The away team get a chance now.
Scootman comes away with it.
Wagner.
Here's Wagner. Down to Logan Eckerson. Gets it to Yormick. Here's D. Leathers behind the net.
Wagner.
Oh, and Wagner just came in with too much speed. He's not able to stop and steps inside the circle.
16.
I don't want to press in too much with my long sticks, because then it leads to opportunities on the other end. Oh, and that time just goes off the post. Definitely lucky for Cleveland State that one didn't go in. Here's Jackson Braswell. Pound a look. Definitely say this about this Vikings team. They are not afraid to let it fly if they get a good look at it.
Drops it under pressure. Could be in with a chance here.
Ball gets knocked away and it goes back to UMass. They might be killing some clock here to make sure that we don't get an opportunity before the end of half, as there's about 13 ticks left here. Jimmy Kerr working it to Buddy Carr. Back to Jimmy Kerr. 6 seconds now. Oh, and they just step on the line.
And the ball goes to the ground. 14.
We're probably not going to have a chance to get a shot off here, so we'll just get it down to the other side of the field. Yeah, so that was the first half. It was kind of low scoring. Really low scoring for UMass, and even by our standards for what we've been doing last few games. 7 goals, not a lot for one half. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Been doing well in the face-offs. But yeah, I mean, as long as we keep doing this, should be able to get another win over a top 10 team.
We are set to resume.
Which eventually we're going to have to start moving up in the rankings, I would imagine. We just keep beating all these teams in front of us.
Underway here now. Green ball.
I think also they may do the rankings based on goal differential, so that definitely factors into it. We want to make sure that we're getting as many goals as we can.
Misses the mark with that shot. .16 receives the pass.
Although ideally we'll win the Metro Atlantic Conference, and we won't end up needing to qualify for the tournament on like a wild card spot. But you just never know.
35 with the shot. Too wide on that shot.
UMass sends the shot out of bounds.
Slings it. Time.
Oh, and that time UMass just comes over the middle. And our defense can't. I was coming over to help because I saw that our other defender was just getting bullied, basically, for lack of a better term. Yeah, you see 42 just getting pushed around by the smaller UMass attackmen there.
Set and ready for the restart. It's 7-2 for the away team.
Usually defenses are MO. It certainly wasn't on that play.
Wins the faceoff.
And Anthony Estimur comes away with the ground ball. Here's Matt Neufeld working it to Yormick.
Steps in and shoots.
And he sends a shot off the post. He's been our money man lately. I was hoping he might be able to get one for us in that situation.
23 collects. Save.
Koopman makes a nice save. And clear it up to Harrison Braswell. Finds a lot of space. Here's Trip Smith. Dumping it to D. Leathers.
Puts it wide. Green ball.
We may need to just slow down our shooting just a little bit.
What a rip from
And just like that, we throw a bounce shot. Ackerson gets it to go. That was a great goal. He just flung it into the... don't know if this is a grass or turf field, but flung it into the ground. And it ricochets into the net. And it is a 6-goal lead now for Cleveland State. Adam Zandor takes the face-off. That time McIlvain was just unchallenged, but the shot goes straight at the goalie, so... D. Leathers also getting stopped by the goalie there.
20. Has a look.
Whoa, UMass really bombed it that time. A long stick shot from super deep.
Dixon. Right. 6. With time and room.
And they once again look for a super deep shot. We are fine with them taking those looks. Especially the type of game this has been. Low scoring. If we're just able to play a defensive game to close it out here, that'll be fine. On that time, we have a sloppy turnover. The ball even hit the player's stick. And UMass comes right back down, scores off the turnover. Just like in basketball, football, hockey, soccer, any of those sports, like when you get a turnover, it really can create offense for the other team.
Back to the face-off X again,
and it definitely did in that situation.
Possession.
And UMass gets their 3rd goal of the game and cuts our lead to just 5 now.
Goes straight on attack.
Here's Matt Neufeld. Bring it down.
Steps in to shoot.
They leave him unguarded, but shot just goes a little bit wide.
McIlvain.
Here's McIlvain.
Here's a look.
Found a look and sends it wide. It definitely is a lot more challenging shooting on the All-American difficulty level, because you don't have that marker to see where it might go.
23 gets one.
And Yormick gets one for us there. I believe that is his 3rd goal of the game, so another hat trick for him. Nice shot. And it's back up to a 6-goal advantage. With about 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter.
Nice win on the face-off.
McIlvain comes away with the ground ball. Up to Yormick.
Looks to shoot.
Oh, quick pass to D. Leathers, who gets flattened, but he hits not before hitting the shot. Good teamwork from the Vikings attack there.
They're the heart of the team. Nice win on the face-off.
McIlvain wins the ground ball again.
Shoots straight to the keeper.
Tried another dive shot, but unable to convert it.
Don't stand on the tracks when the
we threw a pretty nice check there. And we're able to come away with the ball. McIlvain. Oh, the pass goes off Clayton Proctor.
for the away team.
And here comes the UMass with looking to get a transition goal.
Shoots.
Oh, Koopman comes away with a great save. So he looks for somebody to clear it up to. Here's McElliott. Gets it to Matt Neufeld. Dumps off to the short stick, Logan Eckerson. He dodges around. Oh, and just gets obliterated. So UMass defense definitely playing pretty tough today.
Has time. Knocked loose.
Oh, and that time they score off of ricochet off the goalie. Just scooped it right back up, as none of our defenders were back, and our goalie wasn't able to scoop it up either. So it's 10-4 now. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Probably one of our lower scoring games of the year. Here's Estamura. Looked to slide through, and I stepped on the line that time.
Spencer. Oh, quick thinking.
We were able to lay him out that time. And Koopman brings it well out of the net. Gets it up to Scott Ratliff. As Cleveland State's running out of time here.
There's a shot. Score.
Oh, and Ratliff just said, you know what, guys, I'm taking this myself. And he just goes right into the middle. It's a slick shot around the defender's backside there. Around two defenders, in fact. Really impressive goal from the long stickman.
It's 11-4 for the away team.
With just 10 seconds left in the quarter. Those late quarter goals can just be killers in lacrosse. Because it really doesn't give the other team an opportunity to come back and answer. Just had to get that one off as time runs out. So Cleveland State's sitting in a pretty good position here going into the fourth quarter. 7-goal advantage. So we'll just continue doing what we've been doing in this game. Try and run a little bit of clock and maintain possession of the ball. I think we should be a-okay in this one. Come out of it with a win. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there, as Jackson Braswell had two guys he could have passed to, and the pass goes like in between them. So Cleveland State doesn't start the quarter how they would like, with a quick turnover. Oh, and I tried to set a check on 14, who came right streaking down the middle and missed him. It was about the worst start possible to the quarter for the Vikings, as UMass cuts it to 6.
Let's see who comes away with it here. The away team.
Face-offs are going to be really critical in this fourth quarter. Even if we're not able to score off of them, if we're just able to win the ball and take time.
23. Stick check in the attack.
Yormick thought he had some space there. The ball gets ricocheted away. That time, the UMass defense just cheats super far out, and they leave. It looked like they left D. Leathers and Estamura just wide open in front of the net. So Estamura converts. Really nice pass from Neufeld there, as he recognized how far up the UMass defense was cheating.
Who will come up with it?
I definitely noticed in I believe it was the Cornell game and possibly in the Princeton one, like if you're winning in the fourth, they'll start sending double teams, which it looks like UMass is definitely doing. Yormick just a little out of control that time, goes into the crease. So that's something to continue looking for, as Yormick sets a check and gets the ball back. I got bumped into the crease from behind that time by the UMass defense. So we looked to throw a midfield check. Oh, took him out, but not before he got the pass off.
Display of raw power. 40.
As we were fine if we were able to play solid defense, just kind of force them to take their time. That time, 32 gets away from the defender. He had been pretty well locked up that whole time, but they got the pass threaded in there to him, and he makes us pay for it. And it's 12-6 Vikings now. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. Estamera comes away with it. Gives it up to Matt Neufeld.
And they get it back.
Here's Yormick. Sprinting away from trouble. Trip Smith. Oh, he found D. Leathers, but D. Leathers gets leveled. And Umass comes away with it. Cleveland State will look to slow down their attack again.
The shot. Ooh, wide shot.
Nice defense play by the Vikings there. As Butler runs around behind the net. Gets it up to Grant Koopman. He'll clear it to Trip Smith. Flings it up to Harrison Braswell.
Pass goes wide of the mark.
Oh, and the Vikings just toss it away.
Miscalculation there. 16. Taking things a little too far there in the
ball back to the Vikings. We're still looking for shots, but we may need to just run some clock here. We don't really need any more goals. As UMass really just throwing double teams here. We'll see if we can't find an open man. Finds Anthony Estamero wide open in front. His shot goes wide.
Anthony receives the ball.
Yormick gets the open look, and Leathers comes away with it. Here's to Yormick, gets chased outside.
McIlvain with the catch.
Oh, McIlvain just a little eager to catch the ball off the post shot there. He steps into the circle.
6.
As Yormick's harassing UMass on the clear.
14. 14. Powers in. 14. Has a look.
UMass may just run out of time here, even if they do get some late goals. Oh, and 6 for UMass. Just lets it fly from super deep. That's really a shot our goalie should be stopping. And it's just a 5-goal lead for Cleveland State now with a minute 25 left in the game.
4 gets in first, and the away team
Ratliff comes away with the ball. And here's D. Leathers bringing it down. Dodging around. Yormick found space. It looked like Vikings had the backup there, so not quite sure why it was turned over, but it quickly gets turned back over to us. Oh, and that time I thought that D. Leathers got hit in the back. But once again, UMass turns it over. It's getting a little raggedy here towards the end of the game, and we quickly turn it back over. A lot of turnovers in a very short time span. Koopman gets it up to McIlvain, who will just run it up himself to avoid any further chaos for the time being. Here's D. Leathers, who thought about the shot but decided to just back it out. The way this one's ending, we may just do a little bit of clock killing.
Red ball.
And right on cue. Turn it right back over, so a lot of turnovers in this final minute of play. For both teams. But Cleveland State looks like they're going to be able to hold on and get the big win over the number 7 ranked UMass Minutemen in this one.
Looks to the back of the net.
There we go, as Yormick gets a late goal, just 8 seconds left in the game. As I was saying earlier, goal differential does count in the standings, I believe, so as well as just for perception. So if you can get a goal with that little time left, even with the game decided, you usually want to do it. It's one last face-off. Reed Wagner comes away with it, and he'll probably just pass it up to Brandon Price, and that'll be the game. So Cleveland State will come away with the 13-7 victory over the Umass Minutemen in what was a lot more of a defensive contest than we've been having. Last few games have been super high scoring, so this one was a little different in that aspect. Overall, thought the effort was pretty good. As you can see, we still had a lot of shots on goal, but UMass goalie was definitely playing pretty well as in comparison to some of the other goalies that we've faced, as he made 6 saves. And yeah, we dominated the face-off, as you can see, 23-1. So pretty good game overall for the Vikings. Yormick comes away with 4 goals in this one, so another good performance out of him. And yeah, that's going to be this episode, I think. So Vikings get another notch in their belt, and yeah, till next time, guys. I will see you later, and go Vikings.